What if I told you that over the last 40 years, multiple teams of researchers, doctors, and physicists have investigated encounters with beings of light, and every single time, the scientists walked away changed? Not inspired. Not enlightened. Terrified. Some refused to ever discuss what they saw again. Others left their careers. A few disappeared completely. This is the wild, buried story of the angelic encounters that science still refuses to explain. In 1987, a group of researchers in the American Southwest investigated a series of reported angel visitations in a small desert town. Witnesses described tall beings of pure white light who appeared at the foot of hospital beds and in isolated homes. The beings never spoke. They only watched. When the research team set up cameras and sensors, the equipment recorded something impossible: a sudden drop in temperature, electromagnetic spikes, and a low-frequency sound that made several team members nauseous. One researcher later said, "It felt like we were being studied." Similar cases kept appearing. In Europe, in South America, in Asia, always the same description. Beings of light that appear without warning, remain completely silent, and leave people with a profound sense of being examined rather than comforted. Blood tests on some witnesses showed temporary changes in brain chemistry. Others developed sudden, intense fear of the dark that never went away. One woman who claimed to have been visited 3 times later said, "They weren't angels. They were something wearing the shape of angels." Dr. Elias Kane was one of the lead investigators on 3 separate cases. After the third, he resigned from his university position and moved to a remote cabin. In a private letter that later surfaced, he wrote, "We keep calling them angels because that is the only word we have. But angels do not watch you like that. Angels do not leave you with the feeling that your entire life has been measured and found incomplete." Another researcher, Dr. Sophia Wren, recorded a final audio log before she vanished in 2011. On the recording, she whispers, "They showed me what they really look like when the light turns off. I can't unsee it. I won't try." Leaked documents from one of the investigations reveal something even more disturbing. In several cases, the beings appeared only to people who were about to die within 72 hours. Not to comfort them, to observe the moment of death. One internal report described the entities as collectors of transition events. The language is clinical, cold, as if the researchers were trying to distance themselves from what they had witnessed. Some of the surviving scientists now quietly suggest that these beings are not from heaven. They are not from hell either. They exist in the thin space between life and death, and they have been watching humanity for a very long time. The light is not their true form. It is a filter, a way to keep us from seeing what they actually are. The official scientific position remains silence. No peer-reviewed papers. No public statements. Just a long list of researchers who investigated angelic encounters and then refused to speak of them again. Perhaps the most terrifying possibility is this: the beings we call angels have been studying us for centuries. And the reason they never speak is because they already know everything they need to know. The end. Drop your thoughts below. Do you believe these encounters were truly angelic or something far older and colder? Subscribe to Random Vibe Spark for more terrifying original horror stories, wild mysteries, and reality-bending nightmares.